Mukhang totoo ang hype sa mga prize na NBA rookies sa darating na season. Agad nagpakitang gilas sa NBA Summer League ang mga tulad nila Lonzo Ball, Jason Tatum, Markelle Fultz. And for more on the Summer League action, kasama natin ang ating basketball analyst na si Christian Luanzon. Chris, welcome back to the Score. Thanks for joining us. Okay, marami nakatutok sa NBA Summer League this season. Marami nagsasabi nga na this is one of the most watched Summer Leagues in quite a while. Yes. Dahil napaka-exciting ng batch of rookies this season. Of course, headlined by Fultz and Lonzo Ball. Pero himayin natin to. I want to get your observations, what you liked, what you saw. Let's break it down per Summer League kasi maraming stops yan, di ba? Like Orlando, Utah, and then Vegas. So, let's start with Orlando. This was won by the Dallas Mavericks Summer League team. Pero isa sa mga magandang teams na nagpakitang gilas talaga doon na nagustuhan mo ay yung Miami Heat. Ano nagustuhan mo sa Miami doon?
Well, I like their draft pick in Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
He's a 6'9" guy, 7'2" wingspan, about 250 pounds.
Wow, okay.
And showed a lot of upside in his career in Kentucky.
Okay.
And then in the Summer League, he averaged about maybe 18 points, 8 rebounds. But what I like about him is yung ceiling niya, napakataas, TJ. You know, he has good hops. He has a good court sense, especially on the defensive end. He's a good rebounder, especially on the offensive side.
Okay.
He likes to. He's a what I call like a ground taker.
Okay.
So meaning
lahat ng pwedeng hustle.
Yeah, exactly. Even when he's a guy, even when he's out of position for a rebound, maybe for a block, he can get it done.
Kaya pa rin.
He like his energy. And also see Okaro White.
Okay.
That this is a guy talking about the Miami Heat, no? Kasi ang East, especially with all the trades happening, Paul George going to the West.
Correct.
And everything,
well.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler as well, but buti na lang a guy like Gordon Hayward goes to the Celtics. But talk about the Heat last year, di ba? Big turnaround. If you remember, 11 and 30 to start the season,
and then 30
and 11.
Grabe, no?
And half of that was a 15-game winning streak.
Right.
Okaro White was a part of that stretch wherein they won.
Okay.
He started out with a 10-day contract. And then not much playing time, but you know, showed a lot of upside in this Summer League. Naging problema sa kanya last year, TJ, kaya walang masyadong minutes on the floor. They signed him for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Is because of his ball handling.
Okay.
So, but this year in the Summer League, you can see he improved a lot. He's more confident in bringing down the ball.
Okay.
When he gets a defensive rebound, he pushes the ball through traffic, makes good decisions. It's going to be interesting for the Heat. With that talent, especially yung mga position nila, medyo puno. Whiteside at the center, Adebayo is a 4, White is a 4, then they get Kelly Olynyk pa. James Johnson, you know, when they play that small ball, who played outstanding last year for the Heat. So, but you know, this team, the Miami Heat, with these two players, I think will give them a big boost. They're gonna make the playoffs.
It's a good problem for Coach Po.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
Material,
Kasi ang galing pa ng ni Coach Po.
Okay, the Utah Summer League naman, one of the teams that really made waves there was the Boston Celtics, and of course, highlight dun yung kanilang top draft pick na si Jason Tatum from Duke University.
Yeah.
And from what I saw as well, from what I read, he impressed a lot of people with his shooting capabilities, but not just this outside, pero yung mid-range, which is what some people say nowadays, lost art na yun, di ba? Yung mid-range game. Pero si Tatum kind of brings that back to the table. What did you like in Tatum?
Well, si Tatum kasi, to me, he's the, I would say, behind Lonzo Ball, or they would be neck and neck, is the most ready player right now.
Okay.
And it's crazy to think of because they're only, what, 19, 20 years old. And that has been the trend in the NBA. You know,
one and done,
after they made that rule na bawal na magpa-draft out of high school. Obviously because one of done. A lot has to do, you know, just to give the our audience a background, is because of the financial problems in the collegiate level. You know, it's a multi-billion-dollar business, the NCAA, but you know, the players, they don't get a dime. That's why ang effect is
they want to go
one and done. So Jason Tatum, I think it's crazy because #1 team, he's joining a #1 team last year in the East, and then they get Gordon Hayward.
And Tatum.
And then you have Jaylen Brown. You have Marcus Smart. They traded away Avery Bradley. But Jason Tatum, talent is there, but I think maybe towards the end of the season, because here's the thing. Tingin ko ang Boston is one player away. I think they're right there already from contending against the Cavs. They're inches away already. But they need one more solid player.
To really step up.
Not really a star, but somebody who's ready already to win.
And you think Tatum can bring that for them?
He could, but
it's up to him.
It's up to him, but you could use him also as an asset for a trade. That could happen also with Jaylen Brown.
If they want to win right away.
But looking at his game, you know, he's the most ready player in the batch alongside with Lonzo. And maybe the Aaron Fox also. But mid-range, sabi mo nga, 3 points, has a good post-up game. Just a complete all-around player. 19 points, 8 rebounds nung Summer League in Utah. Galing.
Suabe. Okay, the Vegas Summer League, the one that just finished up, of course, maraming natuwang Laker fans because they finally won something.
Yeah.
Although it's a Summer League title, ikinatutuwa pa rin nila yan. They're so happy to see the Lakers winning again, even though it's the Summer League lineup. And of course, ito headline, of course, by, sabi nga ni Magic Johnson, the new face of the LA Lakers, si Lonzo Ball. And not to be outdone, ang kanyang teammate na si Kuzma did pretty well as well itong sa kanyang Summer League performance. Nag-MVP pa ng final game.
Galing. And you just gotta give credit to Magic and Rob Pelinka for the quick turnaround that they did in a matter of months.
Just these 2 draft picks and some free agent moves.
The biggest turnaround to me was when they got rid of the Mozgov contract.
Right.
That gave them a lot of flexibility.
Yep.
Talking about Lonzo, I mean,
so much hype around him, huh? Were you satisfied?
No, even without the hype, to be the second pick, it's hard enough already to live up to expectations.
Yes.
And then dadagdagan pa, obviously a lot has to do with the dad.
The dad, yep.
But you know, I like Lonzo. Like aside from his game, if you observe him, how he reacts after a turnover, in his interviews, you know, just his demeanor, he reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. In terms of personality,
correct.
He doesn't react that much.
Not too emotional. Yep.
He makes the simple play. He makes his teammates better. And then you talk about Kuzma, somebody that they traded for just to get that pick.
Right.
I think he was the 23rd or 24th pick. But really, a guy that now you're looking at their roster, that's potentially Ingram, Kuzma, and Lonzo. And Ingram, I think he was the first or second leading scorer in the Vegas, 26 points per game.
Na-injured lang. Hindi
Na-injured lang. And then Kuzma, you bring in Kuzma who's a shooter, he can run the floor. What I like about Kuzma is his activity. They complement each other. Sila ni Lonzo.
So the future looks bright for these
It really looks
Julius
bright.
Randle ka pa.
Here's the thing with Julius, he has to show up.
Time to really step up.
He has to show up this year. He's coming in his third year, basically. Third year.
Correct.
I mean, I think he's been a project of fluke, trying to be like a Draymond Green type, and we've seen flashes of it. You know, bringing down the ball, you know, making decisions for them off the break. But talk about the Lakers franchise. Obviously, the future is bright. Will they be a playoff team? I would say 8 or 9 spot, similar to what happened to the Heat in the East last year. But that remains yet to be seen, especially with all the load, just like what we mentioned, Jimmy Butler going to the West. Minnesota is going to be a contender also, maybe a second-round team. Yep. So the West is going to be really interesting.
All right. Amongst all of these guys, who are you most excited for? Sa lahat ng rookies na binanggit mo, if you can pick one na talagang must-watch talaga ito pag natapatan siya sa NBA, sa ABS-CBN, na sinong abangan nila?
Well, itong sagot na to is coming from a former Kobe fan. Kobe fan, so it's obviously Lonzo. It's got to be Lonzo. I mean, you talk about a guy who's been the comparison to Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer. But, you know, just a guy that is really the face of the Lakers. I think if he can be healthy, he could get stronger, improve his stroke, be more consistent, and just be who he is right now. The sky's the limit for this kid.
Can he handle the pressure?
I think he can.
Kasi
I think he can.
Yung pressure ng NBA fans, ng Laker fans, at maging ng kanyang tatay.
Yeah, I think he can. You know, if you grow up in Los Angeles, because I have a few friends there, and then yung environment in Chino Hills,
Andun na yung limelight, no?
Yeah.
High school pa lang.
Yeah, so I think LeVar, everything was just marketing. And
he's beginning to it looks like he's cashing in.
beginning to look like a genius,
Oo
and
nga eh.
I somewhat agree with that.
Nakakainis sa simula, pero mukhang tama.
Pag, di ba, isipin mo, yung pati sapatos, pinag-uusapan.
Pinag-aagawan na talaga eh.
Ngayon, no? And ang galing.
Galing. Well, very exciting stuff. Lalo tayo naglalaway at nauuhaw para sa pagsimula ng NBA season. Chris, maraming salamat. We'll see you again soon. Thanks. Salamat.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.